Mixing with my career building tip. The market never lies. This is something that is more about being honest with yourself in terms of your work and your career and about what's working. So, any business, and you have to think of yourself as a business. If you're marketing yourself, you want to be an independent contractor. You want to be mixing, producing, writing beats, writing songs, and doing things, and having people pay you for the work that you do. You want to be able to earn passive income from your work, residuals, things of that nature. If your songs get used over and over again in movies and commercials or wherever they get used, things like that. So, when you think of yourself in terms of that, a little bit more like a business in terms of from that head space, when you're going about making your career or establishing your career, you have to notice what people are responding to. You have to be very sensitive to what works. What are people looking for? What is the marketplace telling you? Every business works like this. So a business quite often will start out, and when a new business is established, they'll have a product line. They'll do like a certain number of things, and they'll put all those things out, and some things people will respond to, and other things they won't. So if you're like a fast food joint and you have hot dogs and you have hamburgers and you have pizza and you have some basic things there, and for whatever reason, everybody comes in for the pizza, the pepperoni pizza. So what you do is you really push that out to the front. You may still have some of those other things, but that's what you kind of feature. That's what you talk about. That's what you bring out. That's what you put in your advertising. This is the reason why people come to this fast food place. So without turning yourself into a fast food place and without pimping yourself out doing things that you don't want to do, you also have to be sensitive to the things that people respond to. It tells you if you're really, really good at a particular thing, if there's a particular niche in the market. So in other words, it may be that in the process of doing your mixing and mastering work that people keep calling you for your mastering work. Maybe you just have like an ear for it, or you happen to be doing it really well. And if it's paying you well and you enjoy doing it, then you kind of push that end of things and you let more and more people know about it, start to spread the word about that, so you get some consistent work. It doesn't mean that you give up on mastering or mixing or beat writing or any of the other things that you do, but you want to work in areas that people are responding to. So be very careful. Notice that if you're working with people and maybe you're just playing guitar, you're doing overdubs and people love your guitar work, and if you enjoy doing that, you can make money doing that while you are mixing and while you're mastering. And this is also giving you an outlet to increase the clientele, the number of people that you meet, how many connections you make, that you can offer the other services that you have. So that when people find something that they really like that you do, push that out there, get that out there to people, focus on that, establish something, a foundation that you can build off of. It's so critical to your success. I can't tell you how much. You never want to just be pushing. Like if you keep I had kind of a personal mentor of mine. He was my godfather growing up, and he used to say, he would say sometimes, it's like, Mike, you're pushing on a pull door. And what he was trying to tell me was that I was trying to do something that wasn't working. It wasn't working, but I kept doing it in spite of the fact that it wasn't working. And sometimes you have to kind of go against maybe what is your inclination or intuition about something, because if you keep trying something and people aren't responding, or in this case, the very simple like pull door that you keep pushing on and it's not opening. At some point, you have to look and say, what is it about this door that won't open? It's like, oh, it says pull. And then you pull on the door and then it opens and then your opportunities come. The more sensitive you are, the more you pay attention to what's going on, the more you realize that there's a lot of things out there that may not be so obvious, that you may not see right away, but if you're really sensitive to them, the marketplace, and I hate to just throw it out in some business term, but it's really important to understand it from that perspective, because it teaches you about, it allows you to really see, how you set up your business structure and how you relate with people and how you sell your services to people and how you make connections with people. Notice how they respond. The market never lies. Sometimes it's like you could be really good at what you're doing, but the way that you're approaching people or how you're approaching your business is wrong. So people aren't getting it. It's not working. You're not making the connection. And so to keep doing that is crazy if you're not getting a response on it. So you change the way that you approach it, right? You do it a different way. If you're marketing yourself online and Facebook is not working or Twitter is not working, get off of it and work on a format that does. And when you find that format that does work, you keep feeding that market, and then that market keeps coming back to you. And that's basically the way that you want to approach it. So this I'm mixing with Mike, career building tip. The market never lies. So pay attention to it, be sensitive to it, and your career will really take off as a result.